against 4 and 5. And the 4 and 5 leads 13-2. Zach Collaros trying to get things going for the Argos. That won't do it. Andre Dury on the far side. Shoestring could not pull off that catch.
Tough for Zach Collaros to get the ball all the way out there, because as he's trying to step into the throw, he's got Anwar Stewart 0-0 right in his face on that wide loop.
Collaros took a lot of punishment. There's Anwar Stewart. He's the all-time sack leader in Alouette history. John Bowman close behind. Bowman has a sack today. Collaros now fires quickly. Jason Barnes, Billy Parker brings him down, and it's close to a first down, but they're still going to be shy depending on the spot. Could be a yard, yard and a half.
Important for the Argos to try and get some offensive continuity in this football game. Now when you look back to the way last game finished and the way this game has started, the Argonauts have posted just 3 points, all singles, in their last 4 quarters against the Montreal Alouettes.
And remember how last Tuesday began for the Argos when they missed a field goal and then also had a botched snap. Left points on the field. Again, they will not go for it on third down. Prefontaine against the breeze. Bounces out of bounds around the 25-yard line. Interesting to talk with Anthony Calvillo again on the 9-game injury list. There is an option for the Alouettes should his symptoms start to subside, his concussion symptoms, that they could bring him off. They do have an option to bring him off the list, but right now this is for the first time in quite some time that they have to go with a young quarterback, be it Tanner Marsh, be it Josh Nicewander, be it Troy Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner who's third string.
Yeah, and we saw Troy Smith for one snap last week, a running play. But you may see this team slowly start to let him get his feet wet. But I would say with his performance through the last couple of games, for right now, this job belongs to Tanner Marsh.
Marsh has looked good today, too. Now, strong arm, just as I say that, an interception. Marcus Ball has the ball. And Tanner Marsh, his first hiccup. Pickoff by the Argos. See if their offense can turn a turnover into some points here early in this second quarter. Tanner Marsh into the arms of Marcus Ball. And the Argos threaten.
Shop at Safeway to play Safeway $1 Million Touchdown to Win. Get a bonus entry when you buy any participating product, including Uncle Ben's Bistro Express entrees or side dishes. Shop and play at Safeway.
Every bottle of Sleeman has a past of determination. But when a smuggling past catches up with you, so does the law. They shut down one of Canada's largest breweries.
This is a raid!
They could turn out the lights, but they couldn't extinguish Sleeman's passion for beer. The proof came 50 years later, when the best chapter was to be written. It's a past we refuse to hide, because it's true. Like the beer it brought, it's notoriously good.
Don't miss Red Lobster's Endless Shrimp. It's as much as you like any way you like. Try classic garlic shrimp and more. Only $19.99. Offer ends soon. So come in and see food differently. Now try 7 lunch choices for $8.99. Sandwiches, salads, and more.
Get us out of here! Come on! What are you doing? No! Think about that.
Quality parts and personalized advice.
What were you thinking, man?
That's worth listening to. Napa Auto Parts. Custom advice comes standard.
This is a great job by Marcus Ball as he ends up shadowing the route being run by the slot back, Arlen Bruce here. It's a zone coverage, but he lets Bruce wrap around him, but he knows. Following Bruce, following the quarterback's eyes for that inside route, and you wonder if maybe a pregame conversation with his own quarterback, Ricky Ray, involved a little bit of teaching about playing just those kinds of situations.
That's good intel from another future Hall of Famer, Ricky Ray and Anthony Calvillo. Almost 500 games between them on the sidelines. Collaros throws it to the sidelines, and
this is a staple in the Toronto Argonauts playbook. What they're trying to do here is get Andre Dury out to the flat. But again, the Alouettes, as I said earlier, they've done a good job taking Andre Dury out. You're going to see Dury come in motion across the formation. He's trying to get to the flat. Great job there by Aaron Laverius. Recognizes him coming, takes him on, throws off the timing of the play completely and forces a throwaway.
Marcus Brady, the former backup in Montreal, a quarterback here. Second down again. Here's the rush. Collaros stands in and goes deep, but an overthrow and Jeff Tisdale, man of the hour right now. Fumble return, touchdown, interception to take away a touchdown.
And it becomes a panic throw here by Zach Collaros. As the Argonauts manage to get things picked up pretty well and allow him to step up, you're going to see the running back, Jarius Norwood, step across. He picks up the blitz, so he's got time, but just feeling that pressure a little bit. Collaros lets that one get away from him. It sails. Jeff Tisdale benefits on the overthrow.
These two teams with these young quarterbacks, Collaros and Marsh, already 3 turnovers. We had a turnover-ridden game on Tuesday as well, and you might expect that given the experience or inexperience in this game from the pivots. So already a couple of key plays and turnovers, and that one for the Argos, they just have stalled offensively. There were 7 turnovers on Tuesday between the two sides.
Yeah, and you said it, Rod. You have to understand that when you've got young quarterbacks in the ball game, it's going to be a little bit sloppy. They're going to make mistakes that Anthony Calvillo and Ricky Ray aren't going to make. That's just a function of experience. The fact is, it's going to be up to the defenses, and right now, specifically the Toronto Argonaut defense and special teams, help pick up the slack for their offense a bit.
Marsh now. Lots of protection, and he decides to drill it to the turf. Wise move. Well, their first meeting, the Argos won here in Montreal. The Alouettes coughed the football up 5 times, but a lot of those turnovers were on punt returns. Noel Devine coughed it up a couple of times. Different game here and different set of circumstances as we saw again on Tuesday. Rayless, Calvillo-less.
Well, one of the things you do see, though, Rod, and we just talked about the mistakes from the young quarterbacks, but we've also seen both of them within the last series know when to throw footballs away rather than risk taking a sack, and you got to appreciate the decision making.
Trent Guy comes forward. Well, he handled that ball in the air like a receiver. Stopped in his tracks right on the midfield stripe, the 55-yard line.
And Bear Woods, the backup linebacker, getting a shot on special teams. A guy who's been around the Alouettes the last couple of years, whether on practice roster or the injured list, with a couple of injuries, particularly in their receiving core, and needing some of that depth on special teams.
Immediately goes into the top 10 of the great names in Canadian Football League history, and there have been great ones. Great ones. Bear Woods played at Troy. Argos get it back again. This battle of field position. Collaros smothered. Safety blitz. Mike Edom with the jolt.
Well, to give you an idea of the mentality of Noel Thorpe's Montreal Alouette defense, Mike Edom, that's his 3rd sack of the season, the rookie free safety. Yeah, you saw how the Alouettes loaded up the line of scrimmage. They were bringing everything. But offensively, you've got to protect the inside gaps first. If you're leaving guys free, make sure it's the outside guys who are the farthest guys coming from the quarterback.
What a great freshman year for Mike Edom. Here's the rush again. Collaros, and down he goes one more time. And Zach Collaros is under siege. And looks like he got hurt here too.
Marco Briette was the first man to get through and get hands on the Argo quarterback. Then John Bowman came through and cleaned it up.
He lands on his head right there.
Moulton Hopkins, the last man to fall on that pile.
They'll check Collaros out on the sideline. 3 sacks already for the Alouettes. Tyron Carrier is dropped at the 43. An 11-point game here. Turnovers aplenty and also a number of sacks. Zach takes the sack here. 13-2 Montreal. John Bowman has joined his teammate out of retirement now, Anwar Stewart. Maybe Anwar came back because he wanted that all-time Alouette sack record. Anwar Stewart has 70 career. He had sacks elsewhere, but John Bowman joins him for sacks in a Montreal uniform, much to the chagrin of Zach Collaros. John Bowman, fierce presence with those Montreal Alouettes. It's almost hard to believe the guy didn't play football until high school. He's a basketball player and played center. The only thing was, Dwayne, he was only 6 feet 1 inch.
Yeah, but if he played basketball the way he plays football, I'm sure he made up for that
Yes.
with aggressiveness.
Might have fouled out of a few games. 66 career Alouette sacks. 2nd and 4. Marsh shotgun. Again, quick fire there, and dropping the football was Eric Deslauriers, who will be forever entwined right now with Tanner Marsh. Last time they played together on this field, of course, the miracle finish. Tanner Marsh to Eric Deslauriers, and then setting up a Sean White field goal and a comeback for the ages.
Eric Deslauriers, a guy who's been around this Alouette team for several years. First-round pick back in 2006. Just been caught in a deep receiving corps, but Jim Popp is a big believer in his abilities.
Alouettes with 2 wins in a row for BC and then Toronto on Tuesday. Trent Guy again, trying to follow a couple blocks, and at the 20, driven to the turf, Jared Zaleski. Calgary Dino bringing him down.
We go back to Tuesday's game and think that the Toronto Argonauts, with their own mistakes, cost themselves points, ultimately cost themselves that football game. We look again here today, similarly, fumble returned for a touchdown and trouble in the kicking game, causing a big swing in points. In this case, a difference literally of 11 points. And that is the difference on the scoreboard.
Argos actually have a better turnover ratio, takeaway giveaway, as Jarius Norwood picks up a couple. Argos takeaway giveaway differential coming in was +9, 3rd in the league. The Alouettes turnover was -8, 2nd last. And again, Mike Edom meets him.
Almost getting there in time to take the handoff from the quarterback.
Crowd ramps it up. Collaros has time and an open receiver. Inman one-on-one on the corner with Tisdale. This time Dontrell Inman wins the battle up near the 40-yard line. One of the biggest plays so far for the Argos. 5 minutes ticking down towards halftime.
The Argos once again doing it today without Chad Owens, the league's reigning most outstanding player. He was banged up in Tuesday's game. This team has developed some depth in their receiving corps with the development of John Childs in the early going. They get Robbie Bryant back off the injured list this week as well. He's a scratch today, though.
Play action, Collaros on the roll again, and Jason Barnes up near the 50. That should be enough to move the sticks again. Back-to-back first downs for Toronto. Yeah, no Chad Owens, who has a appeared to be a neck and rib injury on returns last week, and Chad Owens is the game breaker for the Argos offensively. He's that clutch second down guy as well. Missing him, Cackert. Cackert's close to returning. 1st and 10 again. Norwood again. Jarius Norwood, a former 3rd-round pick back in '06 by the Atlanta Falcons. Has his name in the history books, Dwayne. The only guy in NFL history, his first 2 touchdown runs were both over 70 yards plus.
Well, here he gets a little bit of help for his left tackle, Tony Washington, who seals up that edge.
Norwood's got some miles on him, 5 years in the NFL, 30-year-old, getting a chance to play today. The injury to Cackert, and that was a dangerous toss, but the Argos are going to be the beneficiaries of a flag here and an interference call.
And we'll look back and see at exactly what point the interference occurred. Edmonds, the number 3 receiver.
Illegal contact on a receiver. Montreal number 17. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Billy Parker on Jason Barnes. That's not the one there.
Yeah, away from the football. Billy Parker tried to get that jam on Barnes. Lost him and ended up having to grab him to try and slow him up down the seam.
Clock draining down, close to the 3-minute warning before halftime. Snuffed right out is Norwood, right at the line of scrimmage.
Aaron Laverius, the man in on the play, and we talk about some of the underrated guys in the Canadian Football League. This is a name that I think we need to add to the list, as he's made a number of plays from his defensive end spot since taking over there on a full-time basis.
The 3-minute warning hits the sidelines. We'll take a break and come back to Molson Stadium in Montreal. First take on the Rough Riders later today. Second half of our doubleheader. 3 minutes away from halftime. 13-2 Montreal here. Argonaut offense has been spinning its wheels. Here's the rush again in a slant pattern. Dontrell Inman becoming involved in this offense. An 11-yard gain down near the 31.
Dontrell Inman's one of the guys they're going to have to rely on again with Owens out. He lines up in this slot. He's going to run this slant to the inside. His 4th catch, 40 yards thus far for Inman. But also with the Alouettes essentially taking Andre Dury out of the game plan to some extent, the other receivers are going to have to contribute a little bit more.
Little wing formation here. Polaris play action. Called that play at the line of scrimmage. John Bowman chases down Andre Dury, but not until he picked up the 1st down. So the audible that time from Collaros at the line of scrimmage as he saw something and then went to Dury.
Well, if this call was changed by Collaros, he did a nice job, because you've got the safety and the Will linebacker both coming, catches him in the blitz with this little screen. Both get caught upfield. Nobody's going with Andre Dury. Opportunity for a big play, and Collaros takes advantage of it.
To the red zone for the Argos. Inside the 20. Rush again. They continue to load up the box and come at Collaros. Zach Collaros has been talking about this week some of his mistakes on Tuesday may be attributed to happy feet and sometimes overreading or reading too quickly, but also not taking the proper shuffle back or his feet moving too quickly at times. He says he wants to slow it down.
Well, one of the big things for Zach Collaros, as Montreal and Noel Thorpe, you see them trying to put all kinds of pressure on him. You want to get a pressure defense out of that, you got to make plays against it. That's what he started to do on this drive.
Collaros looking to his left, going end zone, and unable to come back for the football, and Collaros is dumped again. He's seeing a lot of the former Dino Mike Edom. He was looking for John Childs. Childs was looking for a call. On 2nd down and 4, it's now 3rd and 4, so again, the best the Argos are going to do here is a field goal attempt.
You'll see at times when the free safety Mike Edom blitzes. Oftentimes it'll be with a linebacker, Chip Cox, dropping back to cover the middle. But in this case, this is straight zero. They take the safety out of the middle. There's no help over the top. You got man coverage. That's where Kolaris is trying to make that play down the middle of the field to Dontrell Inman, but just unable to connect on the play. That's what I mean about making plays against a blitz defense to try and basically you hurt them and they'll stop.
Noel Prefontaine, after missing 2 beyond 40, nails the chip shot and makes it an 8-point game. 1:58 to go before halftime. Well, this is our leg, brought to you by Nissan.
Pre-game, it's become a ritual here in Montreal in the end zone. Catching the footballs, this is John Heenan. For 18 years, John Hannon has been a volunteer assistant equipment manager for the Montreal Alouettes.
And the guy who catches the punts in the end zone.
Catches those punts so the kickers don't have to chase down their own balls, because we know the kickers hate to do any extra running.
What'd you do without those guys who went after them? Not as easy as it looks, by the way, that end zone. Good on John. Tyron Carrier. Noel Prefontaine kicks it into the wind. Terrell Sutton has it. Sutton's first touch of the afternoon. 2 returners back that time, so Sutton comes on to the roster this week as well, and he'll get some playing time on the return. So Tanner Marsh, you can run your 2-minute offense.
We'll see what teaching points Anthony Calvillo might have had for him on this one. Of course, Doug Barry, who's worked very closely with the young man in recent weeks. And particularly in the absence of Anthony Calvillo, AC would be such a great resource for a young QB to have over there, but he hasn't been around the team a lot as he's trying to recover from this concussion.
Marsh. And another ball that was potentially catchable to Ron Carter. You know, in many ways, Dwayne, and there are whispers out there, let's face it, that, you know, could it be the end for Anthony Calvillo's career? And you never know. At 41, might he intend on stepping away from the game? And one thing for AC, if it has anything to do with his decision, he's healthy, he's not going that way. But this is the changing of an era in so many ways in Montreal at quarterback. Getting a hint of it. Marsh again. Jerome Messam can't bring that in. That ball a tad behind him, but still 2 drop passes, 2 and out.
And the audition continues certainly for Tanner Marsh. And for the Montreal Alouettes, you look across this East Division, it's a wide open situation. And so right now Marsh is playing as Marsh is the guy that they feel gives them the best opportunity. But the fact is, yeah, at 41 years old, you do have to think long-term and big picture and evaluating who you think is going to be the next Alouette quarterback.
Sean White. Wobbly kick. Guy may be able to kick this outside. He's got some blocks. Trent Guy. Great tackle by Marc-Olivier Briette. Briette, Canadian Player of the Month, and you see why. It's a great job at linebacker, but also getting downfield quickly on specials.
Briette, a great pick for the Owls. 3rd rounder in 2010. These Toronto Argonauts, they need to get this offense in gear. 8 first-quarter points on Tuesday night, but since then, in this 2-game back-to-back series, the Alouettes have outscored them 33-6.
Kolaris deep drop now, slings it to the far side. Incomplete.
Jeff Tisdale's big day continues. We're on that boundary corner.
Kolaris got hit again as he delivered that football.
Childs, the single receiver out to the boundary.
That was all Tisdale, you're right. Great coverage. Big down here. Montreal could get it back again before halftime. 4 receivers, and one of those receivers just jumped offside.
It looked like it might have been Inman on the inside of the wide side of the field.
It's 2 or 3 occasions now the Argo receivers have been